Hey guys, welcome to another solo sortie. Today's sortie is Assassination of the Hyena pack, and the condition is enemy physical enhancement. So for today's sortie, we're going to be using Octavia. This is my Octavia build. It's a pretty balanced build. The only thing I need to do is add in some more formers so I can change this into either Transient Fortitude or just Intensify. Um, and maybe if I had more form, I'd take out Augur Reach for a strength mod too, like Transient Fortitude or Intensify. I'm not really sure. Having the range is nice, especially for your first ability. If you don't use it with your second ability, you just have a long range on your first ability, that's better. I'll explain that a little bit more when we get into the mission. Well, I'll explain it now because my computer's frozen. So, basically, her second ability is a ball that attaches to her first ability and makes it so that enemies are taunted. And her first ability is just this area that does damage back in the area based on how many enemies shoot it. So if the enemies are taunted, they don't shoot it, so they don't do as much damage. So you don't want to have to use your second ability. You want to just use your first ability and let the enemies shoot that without your second ability taunting and CCing the enemy so they can't shoot. Um, I'll just double check. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Yeah, Charms foes that follows it. And then this, yeah, damage inflicted on the mallet increases its lethality. So basically, we just don't want to have to use our 2. So having a bigger range allows us so the mallet hits more stuff. But yeah, and then so I've tried this without a survivability mod. So like just switching this out for like Intensify or something. And it worked okay, but I kept dying to AoE stuff in one shot. And like I'm hoping that this will prevent me from getting one shot. I don't like getting one shot, especially when I'm making videos. But yeah, and then the arcanes don't really matter. If you have a maxed out arcane energize, that's the best. Another decent one actually is arcane velocity. The Maridetron doesn't really need attack speed that much, but it'll probably increase the DPS a little bit. It's not really going to get many crits, so actually it probably won't increase the DPS at all unless we're switching between the Tsar and the Maridetron, because this will get crits, this won't. But anyways, so here's my Tsar build. This is just viral. Life of Rio has a great video on the Tsar, and he basically explains how corrosive and viral are the only 2 builds you'll ever need for the Tsar. And since it's Corpus, we want to use viral. They don't really have armor, so there's no point in having corrosive. They're not weak to corrosive, but they do have health, and their health is weak to viral damage, I believe. So yeah, so we're gonna go with the viral build for that one. Here's our Maridetron build. This is what we're going to be using to kill the hyenas if we want to shoot them. This is because it has radiation damage, which they take 75% increased damage from radiation, and then also has corrosive to strip their armor. I believe they can get their armor stripped by corrosive, but I'm not sure. We'll have to test that in game. And then if you don't have a Riven, just put on Lethal Torrent or like Reload Speed if you want reload speed. It already has a pretty good reload, so probably Lethal Torrent would be better. And then lastly, I probably won't use this at all. I never use my melee weapons. But this is the same build that Brozime uses, called the Scorpion Tail. If you have the Plague Crit Path, then it's really good. If you don't have a Riven, you put on... Well, I have this for Maiming Strike because I don't ever like taking out my my melee. But if you don't have Maiming Strike, you just put on Blood Rush here, and you'd have to get your combo counter going. And then I have Carrier Prime for Sacrifice, Prime Regen, and then the survivability mods are nice too. And then Animal Instinct is always great. Probably won't need ammo case or anything though. I just have Carrier because it's the tankiest. So yeah, I haven't explained what her third and fourth abilities do yet. So her third ability does a lot of different things. It plays the song around you. I'm sure you've probably heard of Octavia songs and maybe made some of your own. I like having a really fast song so that you can just spam crouch to go invisible. So like that part was fast. I guess my song got changed. This is definitely not the song I remember having. Huh. I wonder if your song changes depending on the skin you use. I think that's what it is. So that's really unfortunate because now I'm not getting my thing. Fuck. I don't know if I'll read. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep this video going. Sorry for the pause in it. But I do need to change my song because it had the default song on. Load song. There we go. So I need something quick so I can spam my crouch. I don't actually have the song really like on, so I can't hear it in game, but other people can. So I just took something that I figured wouldn't be too annoying, which is the Doom theme song, or not the theme song, but plays during the video game. Maybe it's the theme song. I don't know what you call it. But anyways, so let's get back into this. So yeah, so I think it's really important to have a quick song. If you don't have a quick song, you do get more percentage of like, so say you need to crouch 5 times with a quick song to get invisibility, you maybe only have to do it 2 times with the slow song. But it's harder to land your, like time your things, especially if you're in a multiplayer lobby where there's some lag. So like now that I have it, see how quick it is, I can just easily just spam this and go invisible. So yeah. And then also, when you're jumping, if you jump to the beat, you'll get movement speed. So I think since we're kind of like bullet jumping through, it's pretty likely we might get some movement speed, but it's not really something you need to worry about. And then when you're shooting, you get multi-shot, and meleeing gives you attack speed or something. I can't remember what meleeing gives you, but you can get another buff from meleeing as well. And then our last ability is our 4th ability. It's just a big area on the ground that gives you power strength based on how much noise is happening. So you kind of want to use that first so that you have more power strength for your other abilities. I didn't use that for my 3rd, but it's not a big deal. So now that we're in a stationary area, I'll use my 4th. And then I'll use my 1st. This will attract the enemy's attention and they'll start shooting it. So the Tsar is not really doing that much damage to that unit pack. That's mostly just to clear out smaller enemies. I need to crouch again to get my invisibility back up. What's really good at killing them is the Maridetron. So let's see if I can find them. Oh, they already died. Okay, so this is what's great about Octavia's 1st ability. It does more damage to the enemies based on how much damage they do. So it scales basically infinitely. The Hyena pack just killed themselves on my 1st ability without me even getting to use the Maridetron to show it off. I maybe hit them once with the Tsar, but that was all just damage from my 1st ability. Oops, I'm gonna probably die here if I don't. So you should roll if you think you're gonna die, because you take 75% reduced damage when you're rolling. Which, if you're someone who's done the math or is used to video games, 75% damage reduction is insane. So yeah, just roll if you think you're gonna die. But yeah, so you can see how good Octavia is for this. The mission just does itself basically. But yeah, thanks for watching and have a good day.